Hickok here, two ridiculous stories that came out on the exact same day, September 10th, 2015. First story I'm going to come up with is Serena Williams lays some truth on a reporter who asked why she's not smiling. This comes out of SB Nation. Now, the background to this story is Serena just beat her sister, Venus, at Wimbledon, taking her out of the competition entirely. Now, Serena's being interviewed, and she is absolutely exhausted. You're going to see this in the upcoming clip. Now, the reporter that's questioning Serena, the audio is really bad, so I'm going to go, after the clip is done, read what the actual question was. But it's really important you see the video just to see how truly exhausted she is.
So many women across the globe, I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Serena, you just want to mention, you look like we have been at a funeral party. I mean, normally you smile when you win, you come here, you laugh. What happens tonight? Is it just because you beat Venus, or because you're thinking about what is going next? What's wrong? I mean,
it's 11:30. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't want to be here. I just want to be in bed right now, and I have to wake up early to practice, and I don't want to answer any of these questions, and you guys keep asking me the same questions, so it's not really, you're not making it super enjoyable. But.
Okay, can we at least I may do
just being honest.
At least you know this much. Can I just ask you, because I'm asked to...
Is it about Venus again?
About the referee.
The reporter asks, Serena, you just won the match, and normally you smile when you win. You laugh. What happened tonight? Is it because you beat Venus, or because you're thinking about the next match? What's wrong? It's 11:30. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't want to be here. I just want to be in bed right now, and I have to wake up early to practice, and I don't want to answer any of these questions. You guys keep asking me the same questions, so you're not making it super enjoyable. Just being honest. This is a completely reasonable response. She's done. She doesn't care. The other part of the story that's not reported on here, this is probably the last time she's going to be at Wimbledon. The reporter for SB Nation, Mark Hignon, states, boom, let Serena sleep. Also, don't ask women to smile. This not asking women to smile has been a big issue lately among feminists. There is an entire Facebook page devoted to this. This Facebook page is filled with stories of people complaining about being told to smile. Listen, I've been told to smile by older women. There's a giant mural in Chicago that states, stop telling women to smile. But you can't even see it. I mean, you think you're going to plan this giant mural with all these women basically nobody really wants to even look at, and say, stop telling women to smile, but maybe make sure that the trees are not blocking the statement. I mean, I don't know. You put a lot of work into it. You think that people would want to actually be able to see the art and not just pass by and say, okay, a bunch of miserable looking women looking down and asking not to be told what? I don't know. Forget it. I don't care. I'm just going to park my damn car. On the Stop Telling Women to Smile Facebook page is a story from Dark Matters. Now, this actually has nothing to do at all with Stop Telling Women to Smile. This is completely different. This is a transsexual story, but really, what the fuck is up with that lipstick? Is that purple? Is that blue? Did he just blow a fucking Smurf? I don't know. But anyway, it's not even related. The Mary Sue jumps on this same stupid bandwagon. Don't tell women to smile, the Serena Williams edition. During a press conference Tuesday night following Serena Williams' defeat of her sister Venus, a male reporter had the gall to ask Serena why she wasn't smiling as much as he thinks she usually does. Her reply was blunt, but far more polite than a man asking a woman to look friendlier deserves in 2015. This is actually a completely ridiculous statement. The real meat of the story is when it gets down to, people, stop doing this. Women's faces aren't any of your business. We can tell the difference between genuine concern for our well-being and desire for us to look more approachable, agreeable, or delighted by your presence. 9 times out of 10, it's the latter. Okay, this is a bunch of shit. Remember, this is what the reporter said. Serena, you just won the match, and normally you smile when you win, you laugh. what happened tonight? Is it because you beat Venus or because you're thinking about the next match? What's wrong? This is crucial. She just made a major accomplishment, and she seems rather indifferent. Now, her response completely explains it, but he's not asking her to smile. He's asking her why she's not in this joyous mood, and that, to me, is actually relatively reasonable. It's a completely reasonable question to ask. Both the Mary Sue and SB Nation have blown this completely out of proportion, and they did it just to carry the narrative that men want women to smile and men are crossing the line by asking women to smile. But that didn't happen here. He wasn't asking her to smile, he's asking her why she wasn't smiling. Very different. Sticking on the note of smiles, Apple takes heat for the exact same thing. CNN Money, Apple criticized for photoshopping smile on woman's face. It is really important to remember this is CNN Money, this is not SB Nation. The entire focus of the story, since this is CNN Money, should be on the economics of what's going on about Apple's decision to add a pen or the new implications of how it's going to affect Apple's bottom line, adding and changing the new iPad. That is it. Nothing more. However, this is CNN's focus. Apple caught a lot of heat for its decision to edit a woman's face on stage during the company's fall event on Wednesday. To show off its new iPad Pro, Apple invited an exec from Adobe to demonstrate how precise photo editing can be on the tablet. The exec, Eric Snowden, put up an image of a woman's face. He then said he wasn't happy with the neutral expression and turned the corners of her lip up into a smile. Twitter erupted with angry and snarky responses from event attendees and live stream viewers. They blasted the two companies for being sexist and lazy. Did he really just force Photoshop a woman to smile more at this Apple event? That was the best example of image editing. A user named Emily Combs tweeted, "Oh, thank God we've made men of Apple feel more comfortable with her facial expression. Phew." People were also particularly ticked off because the demo was the first time a woman appeared on stage. No, I'd say worse than that. It's now getting into this narrative of women being oppressed in technology. Continuing on in the commentary, Jonathan Kingsley, "I'm not happy with the model smile. Let's Photoshop it. Apple, portable sec. Good news, guys. You no longer have to tell a woman to smile. Just Photoshop it." Rachel Berkeley, "Dear Apple, dude, why are you still trying to Photoshop ladies? We don't have to smile for you." Ronan, "The only woman in the Apple presentation so far is a model, whom they're using Photoshop to make smile." That was the point. This was an entire planned thing. They had a model, they hired a model, they took a photo of a model, and they wanted to show live how well their product worked and how quickly it worked. That's it. Diversity in tech has been a big issue over the past few years. Big companies like Apple, Facebook, and Microsoft have started publishing their gender and diversity numbers, promise to hire and promote more women and minorities, and put a lot of money towards national educational programs. Global events like Wednesdays make it easy to see just where the industry stands. Tracking the numbers of women on stage and when they get up on stage have become part of nearly every product announcement and developer conference story. The attention helps keep companies accountable for recognizing female employees and forces executive boards to respond to workplace diversity issues. But from the company's point of view, it distracts from the news they want to promote. Yeah, of course it does, because this is crap. They're promoting a product, and it's all become about changing a smile on a model's face, a model for which they hired so they could do just that. They can demonstrate how their product worked. It's nice to see that CNN decided to make sure that the Macy's ad of the baby wasn't smiling, just to keep face. Once again, this is CNN Money. What has this have to do anything with the performance of Apple? How to invest in it? It has absolutely nothing to do with it. Instead, they could have focused on this, as CNN did in another article regarding Steve Jobs, who founded Apple, how he did not want a stylist. And now the new iPad is going to have a stylist. The very stylist they used to change the woman into having a little bit of a smile. That is really the key. Steve Jobs says, in one of his most famous rants about how much he hates stylists, who wants a stylist? You have to get them up, put them away, you lose them, yuck, nobody wants a stylist. So let's not use a stylist. And that's exactly what they're doing now in the new iPad. And that is really about the economics. That's about how their stock will eventually perform and how much their product is really going to be liked, or really how the company is now deviating from Steve Jobs' original plan. However, the bright light in all this comes in the commentary section. People aren't buying this crap. Johnny99, all these outrageous lesbians, are they serious? Electra212, good God, is everything offensive in this world now? Bakunzi, these foolish people have nothing better to do but complain about everything. They sat patiently and watched the Apple dress looking for something to pick on. What about all the magazines with women editors that are photoshopping women, that endorse vanity sizing? What about Vogue magazine? What about the whole fashion industry? Every single woman's magazine circulation, almost all of them, is to blame for promoting unrealistic body images and photoshopping. Why pick Apple as a softball target? Just to have something to bitch and complain about. It's annoying how politically incorrect America is becoming a nation of soft target seeking complainers. I think he meant politically correct. However, he's missing something here. And it's not that they're looking for something to complain about. It's the fact that they want to promote a certain agenda. And that's what happened in the Serena Williams issue, and that is what's going on here. You have two giant news stories going on in the exact same day. You have Serena beating Venus, and how can we make it about our cause? We have Apple, and how can we make it about our cause? And that's what they did. They're just tagging along for the ride, promoting themselves by attacking other people's actual merit, other people's actual work. Glenn Beaton. Oh, come on, lighten up. Aren't you trying a little too hard to be offended? No, they're actually not trying too hard to be offended. This just comes natural to them. David Goldman, this is my favorite one. Hashtag women's frowns matter. I don't think there's anything better than that one. The common thread is that these news stories were big stories of the day. If you're going to look up Serena Williams, you would have come across this one. If you were going to look up the new Apple iPad, you would have come across this story as well. It would seem like there's this massive problem about men trying to get women to smile. But there isn't. This is fake. This is what happens when you have all your other problems solved for you. What else do you have to complain about? Smiling. Trying to promote this sexism narrative is failing. People are getting tired of it. People are getting sick of it. And they're going to just start tuning it out. It's not important. They're going to see the exact same people, and these are the same people that everybody hates. Nobody likes these people, these extremist SJWs. They're nutty, fringe individuals. All they're doing is making life miserable for everybody else, but they do have the loudest voice. That's it, because when you complain, people hear you. So these people will keep on trying to latch on to every major story that comes along, trying to twist it and turn it to fit whatever little social cause that meets them. And the sad part is they're going to take down people in the process. And they don't care. They don't care who they harm. They don't care who they hurt, because to them, these people are bad. To them, these people are terrible human beings who are worthy of being destroyed. However, with all that being said, luckily, people really aren't taking it any longer. They're fighting back. The best example was Gamergate. Gamergate was the first movement that really just completely fought back. However, at the end of this, while these two news stories are very annoying and the coverage is completely annoying, at the end of the day, sometimes there's nothing better than just getting a nice, cheap smile. Hickok saying goodbye.